Hello. Another reply to Chucky Mark, artist taxi driver. I watch his videos and I kind of just feel as though I have to amplify some of what he said and also just reply because he's just such a great guy and he just speaks for so many of us. Let me just use a phrase he's been using in a video of his I've only just watched. The establishment, with his usual sort of overstatement and passion behind what he says. I love the way he says it. The establishment are terrified of Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah, they are. They're absolutely bricking it. But he goes on to make another point that I think is actually even more valid. The establishment are scared of you and me and what we can do to make, not just fight for, but make a better world. Corbyn gets demonised, put down, for crying out loud. There was even an inquiry into the BBC about why do they constantly put this man down? Yeah? Why do they constantly do this? Why do the right-wing press and whatever demonise him as a Trotskyist? Oh no, there'll be a vegan Trotskyist and they'll be coming round to your house and they'll insist that you eat tofu. I mean, as Chucky Mark said, we're going to go back to the 1970s. It's going to become compulsory. It's going to be the miners', this is me by the way, it's going to be the miners' strike all over again. Everybody is going to be given candles and flat caps, and there are going to be power outages, and the workforce is going to go on strike at Sports Direct and up and down the land, and we won't be able to bury the dead, and there'll be power cuts, and Trotskyists like Corbyn and the Corbynistas will storm Westminster, and you won't be allowed to send your child to a private school, and they'll empty your bank accounts, and if you're a company director, they'll tap into your phone lines. Oh, it's really scary what leftist Corbynistas are going to do. You thought this was a democracy, didn't you? But it's going to be like living under not Leon Trotsky, it's going to be like living under Joseph Stalin. Don't you realise that Jeremy Corbyn worships at Joe Stalin's craven image? Jeremy Corbyn is the great Satan. He's the great Satan. The great Satan we've been told about by the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, the Express, the BBC, people that are doing fake polls that say they would trust Theresa May more than this peace protester. Now there's a thought, isn't it? The military-industrial complex. Imagine how many billions would be lost if instead of manufacturing weapons to kill people and funding atomic warfare and the end of the world and mass destruction, a mass destruction that would be very real, unlike the Blairite weapons of mass destruction, supposing we funded hospitals and schools and libraries and community centres and care for elderly people, and we didn't starve our unemployed through sanctions. Supposing we did that. Oh no, we can't do that. Why not? Because the people with the money, the people in charge, the billionaires, the plutocrats, the lords, the ladies, the aristos, the people who live it up, champagne lifestyles, millions of pounds spent just on entertainment, while your government lets poor people starve and actually punishes the unemployed, the sick and the disabled for having the temerity to be unemployed, sick and disabled, for being a Wertlossesser, my favourite phrase again, Wertlossesser, worthless eaters. Nope, it's not just Corbyn that the establishment, good word to use, the establishment are afraid of. They're afraid of you. You see, if you just stay asleep, just remain asleep, just keep sleeping, don't wake up, so that, when Corbyn doesn't know who Ant and Dec were, you can go, oh, how can a man be in touch with reality and not know who Ant and Dec were? Oh, surely he's a twee middle-class socialist who's pretending to only like twee middle-class papers like The Guardian, and he wouldn't soil his intellectual hands with reading the Current Bun or the Sun, because that's reality. And Corbyn's out of touch with that reality. So, there you go. Just amplifying Chucky Mark. How do you like that? The establishment, the people in power are scared. Pointy, pointy, pointy. Are scared of you, the people. There's a thought. Bye-bye.